Ever been in an interview where you wished the ground would open up and swallow you whole? Picture this. You're in a pristine office, palms sweating, heart racing. The interviewer asks a question and your mind goes blank. You stumble over your words, feeling the opportunity slipping away. We've all been there, right? That moment of dread when you realize you're not as prepared as you thought. But what if there was a way to prevent such disasters? Would you be interested? Picture this. Our protagonist, armed with the right tools, ready to face the challenge. The secret weapon? Preparation. This isn't a tale of mere chance, but a story of strategic planning and execution. Imagine the job seeker delving deep into the company's mission, its values, its culture. They're not just looking for a job, they're seeking a place where they can contribute and grow. They're understanding the job description, not just reading it. They're identifying how their skills align with the role, how they can fill the gaps and propel the company forward. Then comes the mock battlefield of common interview questions. They're not just rehearsing answers, they're crafting narratives, stories that showcase their experiences, their achievements, their potential. They're transforming the daunting unknown into a familiar ground. This preparation isn't about mere survival, it's about thriving, it's about shining. Our hero, well-prepared and confident, steps into the interview room. Imagine the room filled with anticipation as our job seeker begins to respond. Let's peel back the layers of this moment and see how our protagonist navigates the maze of potential pitfalls that is the job interview. First off, communication is key. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Being clear and concise is the name of the game. Avoid jargon and focus on expressing your thoughts in a simple, understandable manner. Now let's talk about body language. It's an often overlooked aspect of communication, but it speaks volumes about you. Sit up straight, maintain eye contact, and remember, your hands can be quite expressive, so use them to your advantage. Our job seeker, for instance, keeps his posture upright, looks the interviewer in the eyes when speaking, and uses his hands to emphasize his points. These nonverbal cues signal confidence and engagement to the interviewer. Next, we come to the tricky part, answering those tough questions. It's not always about having the perfect answer, but about how you handle the pressure. Our job seeker takes a moment to compose his thoughts before answering, showing that he's thoughtful and not just rushing to fill the silence. Remember, it's okay to take a moment to think before you speak. It shows you're considering your response rather than just blurting out the first thing that comes to mind. Throughout the interview, our job seeker stays true to himself. He doesn't try to be someone he's not, and that authenticity shines through. He's honest about his strengths and weaknesses, and he doesn't shy away from sharing his experiences, both good and bad. He's not just selling his skills, he's selling his story, his journey, and that's what makes him memorable to the interviewer. As our protagonist walks out of the room, there's a sense of accomplishment, a job well done. This sense of accomplishment doesn't come from nailing every question, but from knowing he presented the best version of himself. And that, dear listeners, is what truly matters in a job interview. But wait, the story doesn't end here. There's a crucial step our hero must not forget. Now imagine our job seeker having just walked out of the interview room, feeling a mix of relief and anticipation. What next? Well, it's time for the follow-up. Sending a thank you note post-interview is not just polite, it's strategic. It's a perfect opportunity to reiterate interest and remind the interviewer of key qualifications. Think of it as the encore after a great performance. Then comes the art of maintaining professional communication. This isn't the time to inundate the interviewer with calls or emails. Instead, it's about staying connected without crossing the line into annoyance. And of course, patience is key. Waiting for a response can feel like an eternity, but remember, good things often take time. And so, our job seeker, having navigated the treacherous waters of an interview, waits for the result. So, what has our journey taught us today? We've discovered that acing an interview in 2023 boils down to 3 key elements: meticulous preparation, confident execution, and thoughtful follow-up. It's about studying the company, rehearsing answers, and showing up with a can-do attitude. Then it's about articulating your thoughts clearly and confidently. Lastly, it's about sending a follow-up message to show your continued interest. Remember, every interview is a stepping stone to your dream job. Prepare, execute, follow up, and success will follow.